The only thing I was pursuing since the very beginning was kind of like really personal. I never had the intention of like become a big DJ or a big producer or a big anything really. I just wanted to sort of like make music. Of course, I had to work like really hard, but to actually be able to make a living of it and be able to sort of like be in studio every day. And I think that's my only ambition. I think the whole idea for Dubplate Style started like many years ago. I always used a lot of like jungle influences into my music and always loved the old school funk and soul chords and pads. I always loved that sort of like texture, the sort of like emotion. And I was like, what if I tried to produce an album that had the texture and the sort of like sounds that made me sort of like fall in love to drum and bass, but with like a 2018, 2019 twist. So that's like, you know, when the idea for Dubplate Style came about.
No, you can't. No matter how you try, you can't run away.
When I moved from Brazil to UK, the conversion was 1 to 6. You know, so all the money that I've saved in Brazil, there was a lot of money. Here was like worth nothing. So it ran out really quickly, even like saving and everything. So I had to sort of like find any job, you know, because I couldn't speak English. It was like McDonald's and cleaner, and you know, I found a flyer in a record shop saying like, oh, if you want to perform at this open decks night, drop a CD or a tape. I had a friend of mine had like some belt drive turntables. I went to his, recorded a cassette, and Zach, that used to work for Hospital, he was the one that picked the mix and said like, I want him to play. And it was the last set of the night. The manager of the venue at the time, he was like, oh, I really like the stuff that you play. Do you want to like have a night in here and you can play like every Thursday? And I was like, oh yeah. So he said like, oh, you can get paid for this much and you play vinyl for 5 hours. And the money that he offered me to play once a week was more than the McDonald's and the cleaning job together. It was like, bye to everybody. You know, like I'm DJ now. I'm here in Bristol at Dub Studio, cut some plates, and hopefully I can get to play vinyl again.
It's always a bit unpredictable, you never know exactly how it's going to sound on the vinyl. So we'll do a little test cut, have a listen, see if it needs any more tweaking, and then we'll cut the final dubs. So this is the cutting head, and it's got a sapphire stylus attached to it, which is cutting the spiral groove towards the centre. So if I send some audio through the cutting head, it'll start to record. That sounded perfect.
You can't run away from yourself, no you can't, well you can't run away from yourself, no you can't. No matter how you try, you can't run
away. We have been to Dub Studio in Bristol, which was like a really great day. You know, like I haven't cut dubs in so long. Actually, you can see like, you know, something they worked in studio, cut, and it's real, and you can hold it, and you can smell it, you can play it. You have like a different sound and texture to it. To me, it's still like one of the most enjoyable things. The interesting thing about cutting dubplate, you know, is so many rules that I should have applied to my tracks and I didn't. And I need to go back and kind of like work the tracks again. Yeah, so this year I had the pleasure of creating my own series of parties called Dubplate Style. A lot of people that have been booking is people that I always wanted to see DJing, but because I lived in Brazil, I never had the opportunity. Because I feel like I spoil little kids that giving like the power of like book lineups. I'm just like, I just want to see all these people that I haven't seen before. So many times I walk on the stage, no matter how big or how small, 10 people or 10,000 people, I'm gonna put exactly the same efforts. What I'm having here, you guys never heard before.
Make some noise for DJ S.P.Y.